I'm here with James Bailey. I'm Archie Coates, the vicar at St Peter's Church in Brighton, and James is about to join the diaconate, well, all being well in the autumn. James has been an ordinand from London and is now sort of transferred and doing his curacy in Chichester Diocese. James, just say a little bit about your journey and how you've come to this point.
Thank you very much, Archie. And obviously, I am so thrilled to be joining as a curate at St Peter's Brighton, where I've now been an ordinand for the last 3 years, having started my whole process within the context of HTB back in 2013. A bit about the journey, I haven't got that long, but the journey's a long one because it's been about 6 to 7 years. But on one level, it's also been probably from the age of 12, there's been a sense of calling into church leadership. Really, it's been within the family. My grandpa was a bishop, my other grandpa was a vicar, my dad was a vicar, 3 of my uncles were a vicar. If we had a dog, it would have been a vicar. But the reality is, actually, I have really wrestled with that call as well over time. And I think that's a good thing because it's made me really assured that this is what is right for me, because ultimately it's about being obedient to what God is saying for this season. But we started the process in HTB. And then I kind of spent a bit of time discerning that, reading the books, having the conversations. Actually took a year out in LA, and that was off the back of a BAP, just to spend a bit of time to just really make sure and really sense God calling us back again. So we are now in the Church of England and just finished my training at St Michaelmas and now starting as a curate at St Peter's Brighton, working under the amazing Archie Coates. So very excited.
And James, obviously you're getting ordained at, it's everybody's favourite word, isn't it? Unprecedented times.
Yeah.
How has that affected or shaken you in any way personally in terms of beginning your curacy or about to begin your curacy?
It's interesting for me because I have a number of people in the formation group I'm a part of at St Michaelmas, and they were probably a little bit more affected by it in the initial stages. And that's not because necessarily I'm slow on the uptake, but actually more because I was just excited about this next season and this next stage, either way, kind of going back into full-time church ministry, which I've done previously as well. But as we're getting closer and as I'm about to be licensed lay minister, in fact, next week, I think there is probably an element of disappointment for, it not actually happening in this moment, not to become a reverend just before the summer, that kind of thing. But I also really believe in God's timing. And there was someone on our staff last week who shared about Esther, and she was speaking to Mordecai and was talking about this being for such a time as this. And of course, as you said, Archie, we're in unprecedented times. And it is for such a time as this. And of course, collectively, we're all dealing with that, but also individually. And I believe individually that God is probably putting the brakes on in that sense for me for such a time as this. Now, why that is, I have no idea. And everyone has to probably come to their own conclusion for that. But I believe nothing's wasted as well. And but of course, at the same time, I am very excited about getting that gold collar and being part of the team of priests and so initially a deacon at St Peter's Brighton. So yeah, disappointed, but also trusting that God has great timing and for the future.
And one of the things that you've been doing in this lockdown period, James, is Alpha. We've taken Alpha online. Just say about that and how does Alpha work online? Does it work well?
I think what I'd say about Alpha is excellent at all times. One of the challenges online has been, normally we kind of say no pressure, no follow-up, no charge. Actually, ironically, people have wanted to be followed up. They may have even a little bit of pressure. They haven't wanted, obviously, to be charged. So we don't worry about that bit. But so we've been doing everything we can to get people on board, to sign up, to show up. And when people haven't showed up, actually at times we've called and we've kind of said, come along, get on board, and they've wanted to join. It's worked really well. I think, although a lot of people probably at this stage, 13 weeks into lockdown, are zoomed out, actually, I'm just finishing a group tonight, and we've been going for the whole time, and we've really enjoyed it. Some amazing conversations. One of whom came back to faith after 13 years of absence.
Wow.
And who gave their life to the Lord at that time. So, I mean, again, it works. You know, God is on the move, and Alpha is one of many ways of that happening. But the way that it's kind of structured with the video, the topic, and being able to have the conversation in that moment and to really go deep. I think what Zoom allows is for people to go a bit deeper with their thoughts and their attitude as well. So it's been really great, and we're starting our next group tonight, and then we might be giving it a bit of a break, but it's been an amazing thing. And actually Alpha, for such time as this, you know, Alpha Online has worked, and I think we'll probably continue to carry on online, whatever the future looks like, because I think for some people it will naturally be a better fit.
James, we're so looking forward to you becoming a deacon and being part of the clergy team here, and we'll be really praying. I know the diocese is praying as well in this transition time, so thank you.
Thank you very much. We're very, very excited to be joining you, and we'll see you very soon.